was just coming in.
Well, that's all right, you know,
Oh, he got that door, okay, okay.
we know him.
Okay. Oh, that's you
He's
guys.
exactly on time.
Yeah.
So, my name's Alan Johansson, I'm the AGM for infrastructure, and I want to welcome you all to this morning's, just kind of check-in, because what we're trying to do is trying to make sure the LBEs, the hyper-local LBEs, the LBs and especially in Bayview and Hunters Point get an opportunity to participate in biosolids project. And we don't want to do what we did in the past where we like kind of just give it entirely to the contractor and they follow the city rules. We want to make sure that every, you know, if there's hiccups, that we have a conversation. And the conversation is to make sure that people get the jobs that they need. They can perform the work, they can participate in the biosolids project, and make a change in, you know, how the PUC is representing itself in the community. So you know, and part of that all too is got to do with the hyper-local firms include local workers and local workers from District 10, and not just local workers in the larger, you know, largest San Francisco realm. So that's you know, that's what we're doing right now, making sure we get that participation. And at the same time, we want to get feedback from everybody. And if there's a hang up and something's not working the way, you know, you thought it would, or there's some help we can provide, we want to hear about that and act on it. And it's important at this juncture to do it right now, because the contractor's putting out all the packages, or a majority of the packages. There'll be some later on as the work progresses. But we don't want to miss this juncture, because if that happens, then it's really hard to add contractors later. So that's the main purpose. And then I want to thank James Richards and James Bryant for bringing everybody together. I'm not from the community, and I don't know it, you know, a lot of the people. I'm getting to meet more people, so I really, you know, want to give you both a big thanks for helping to introduce me and PUC. And then, you know, we also have members of the PUC staff that are out here all the time, which is, where's Ryan? Ryan's over there, he's the CM, and Carolyn is the project manager. Stephen is the wastewater capital director, and Algie is the CMB manager. So they're going to be the people that, if there's something that you need immediately, go to Ryan, you know, and Ryan will be the first point of contact, and the rest of us will support Ryan and jump in if we can, or we will jump in.
You know, Alan, we also have Chris Bardalis from NWH Report here as well.
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Sorry, Chris.
Well, you know, I was going to give you the brief interview. I think it will probably go around the room and make sure
Okay.
I mean, we definitely should go around the room and introduce everybody, but I wanted to hand it off to James Richards. We wanted to say a couple words?
Yeah, what I want to say is that we've been working hard. We've been working diligently with the city, with them, and with WebCorp, and consistently meeting every week, and making sure that the hyper-locals are going to participate on this job. Hyper-locals. Well, I'm a hyper-local. But I was here in the 50s. And I done struggled all the way through this up to now. And I got a company that I know damn well I deserve to be here. So I'm going to be here. And I want everybody else to know that. That's a hyper-local, that they're going to be here. Right. And then we're going to be together on this. I'm not just fighting for my company, but I'm fighting for all of us. All of us deserve to be here on this job. And if we come together and stay together, that means that nobody's going to be left out. If you're hyper-local on this job, man, I'm saying this from my heart. And everybody know me that know James Richards and know me and every year why I fight, know that if we don't get none, ain't nobody gonna get none, right?
That's right.
You know, and we gotta get to what you're supposed to have. Not just have somebody got a $300 million contract and they give you $100,000. You know what I mean? If you're supposed to get 10%, get the 10%. or whatever you deserve to get. And I'm just standing here in this room, and I mean, the web core is not here.
Yeah, he's over there.
Hey, there he is. Okay, well, I'm just saying Jeff's not here, but
No,
anyway,
Jeff ain't here.
Webco understand this. We're going to get our fair share. And SFPUC understand this. And that's why we're here. Because we've been demanding this, and we've been demanding that, hey, listen, we got to get the hyperlocal. We got to get the hyperlocal. Where the list? Give me the list. And then we get the list and look at the list. There's 78 people on here, 79 people on here, and we don't know none of them. Everybody coming in here talking about their hyperlocal. Just like they used to say about the LBE. You know, you from the community, and before the ink get dry on their cars, they got jobs.
Yeah.
You know, and we standing outside the fence trying to shut the job down. You know what I mean? Now, I'm just saying, hey, listen. I don't know y'all seen it. Have y'all seen the list?
No, I haven't.
The list should be going around right now. You will get the list, Ash. They gave us the list. I want to see the list right now.
The 79 names?
The 79 names.
Let me go to my car and get it.
You know? The 79 names are hyperlocals again. Hey, listen, I'm looking over here. You're supposed to look at me and know. You know me, right? So you know I'm from here. I got a history from here. I'm a hyperlocal. I know you're a hyperlocal. Your family. I know he's a hyperlocal. I know these people are hyperlocals. They hyperlocals. Everybody I look around here is a hyperlocal. So we deserve this, man. I mean, don't let nobody take this from us. Nobody. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. If they step up and say no to us, they got to pay the price. We'll shut it down. Ain't nobody gonna work, right? If we don't work,
Nobody.
if we don't work,
Nobody work.
I mean, this what I'm saying. I mean it. And I done told Alan this. I done told him. Everybody know what I'm saying, right? Do you know what I've been saying, Alan?
I heard it.
Okay then. So that's what it's gonna be. And so I think that this morning I asked for this meeting so we could come together. And the hyperlocals that's been on the list, they said, all right. Well, I said, well, let's get together with them. And they said, 4 on the list that didn't get. And one of them, and they here, it's 4 that didn't get something. And you down there, right?
Right.
Okay, well, that's why you're here this morning. To make sure that you get something, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
think FD Thomas probably trying to play a game on it. I don't know.
Okay, well, so speak up this morning, and this is what we're gonna do.
Can we ask that we introduce the hyperlocals that are here?
Of course, well, I'm just saying right now, first, I wanna make sure that everybody understand our platform, what we're talking about. That you're gonna get what you deserve, right? And there's gonna be no game played on us. No game played on us, all right? If there's somebody saying, man, I didn't get what I'm supposed to have, we come together and make sure they get it. Nobody's gonna be over there by themselves talking about, I didn't cry, talking about something about they didn't get it, and they trying to fight by themselves, they didn't get it, and here we are sitting here. We're supposed to support them and make sure they get what they're supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no name to this, ain't no organization to this, it's just that we meet with them every Tuesday we meet with them. We demand that they get with us every Tuesday. We got with Alan and SFPUC, we got with Webcore, Jeff up here, and they declared that we're going to get to work. They declared that as hyperlocals, we're going to get to work. As plain as that, right? I mean, it don't get no more simple than that. We don't want all the contractual talk and all that bullshit. All we want to know is that I'm a hyperlocal, I'm going to work. That's all. Now, I can't say in your corporation, your business, how much work you deserve, how much you can do. I don't know all of that stuff. All I know, you're supposed to be working. That's all I can tell you. And if you come to me and say I ain't working, I'm going to fight for you. That's as plain as that. And you know, and they tell me, let me say, then I'm gonna stop. They tell me I'm not gonna be on the job. Right? My people working. We ain't got no work for you because the asshole over there ain't giving us the work right now. I said, we ain't leaving the job. I got 4 electricians over there, ain't left the job. And we ain't gonna leave the job. If I leave the job, all electricians gonna leave the job. I ain't leaving this job. I'll be here to the end of this job, all right?
To the end.
I'm gonna be here. And the same thing should go with every other area. I don't care if it's plumbing, whatever the hell it is, painting, you name it. I don't know. I can't think of everything and everybody here, but I know one thing. If we all be together, we all gonna get work. You know, don't you go over there in the corner making a deal, and you over here trying to make in the corner cutting the deal. You know, let's be together. Because those deals run out anyway, so well, we gotta be together. Okay, you want to say, we can introduce everybody. We can go around the table then.
Thank you.
Brian, why don't you?
Okay, so I'm James Bryant with JBR Partners. So what I want to make sure that we recognize right now is the hyperlocals that are in the room right now. So starting with Cletus, you stand up, say your company, what you do. Don't take too long.
Cletus Norm, you know, with Integrity First Plumbing. I do plumbing, commercial, residential.
And are you engaged in a contract?
Man, they playing games, like James was saying, man. They trying to give me a contract. Well, I don't want to talk at length and whatnot. I'm just going to be brief. It was a job over there. It was a $35,000 contract. And my buddy, he didn't, you know, I ain't going to say his name. He didn't want it, so he told me just go ahead and take it, build up your capacity. So I said, forget it, I'll take it. And then, as I'm looking through the contract, it's all kind of special language and insurance requirements. So I said, okay, I can knock this out in a few days. General liability. They want me to have auto insurance, but yeah, they telling me to park in the parking lot. So the insurance amounted to about $7,000 to $8,000. I'm saying, what they want me to have all this kind of special insurance for? Because it's not about a solid project. They're just trying to throw me some crumbs and knock that out over there so they don't hear my mouth. They don't hear me complain. So I've been going back and forth with Webcourt, Fred Fox, and whoever else, you know.
So are you talking with Chris?
Chris know me.
So you,
I can introduce, I don't know if you want to go around first.
yeah, I was going to, because I didn't want to stop
Yeah.
with that. I want to get everybody introduced first.
Yeah,
And
there'll
I just
probably
want
be
to
some.
introduce you to Chris.
Oh.
Let's have
let's
that
say
conversation.
that.
Oh, Chris,
Okay,
he
all
already
right.
know.
So that everybody else can.
You know this? I'm just saying, we can do all of this, but we're not gonna leave no problem unsolved. That's what we're here for today.
Yeah.
We're not leaving no problems unsolved.
Right.
You know what I mean? We got a problem, and we're gonna find a way to solve the problem.
Right.
You know, no, hell no, we're not going with that. Ain't no more talking and all that, but not now. We're not here. We past that right now.
Right.
All right, we gotta be. So every problem in this room, that come in this room, we're gonna deal with it. Every problem. So if you feel satisfied with that right now, but I feel what he said over there. If he can deal with the problem, deal with it.
And,
Okay.
you know, there'll probably be some common themes, and some of this is the ownership, you know, part of it's on the city. We have requirements in the contract, we push it down on the contractors, and so we're part of the solution too. So we'll work with Webcourt to solve the problem.
Okay, as long as we're gonna solve the problem, okay?
Right.
We're gonna solve the problem.
Okay. Thank you, Jay. So, Ashley, go ahead.
Ashley Rhodes, Master Paint and Decorating. Presently, I'm only receiving like 20 to 25% of a contracts from, I think it's DK Thomas. I think they got all the work. I'm only getting a small percentage of it, but I do have some contracts.
Okay, good. Alpha.
Good morning, Alpha Bowie, Portermanson and Silla LLC. I am working on a contract, but my issue is here today. I am trying to become the sole source supplier of mobile offices. I am forced to compete with major competitors. As a small and minority hyperlocal here, I don't have the capacity to compete at that level. I am capable. I do have a couple of trailers out there, and I'm here today to make sure, as I said before, that I get my fair share and my piece of the pie. Thank you.
That's right.
Chelsea, facilitator.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Actually, I'm part of the effort that PUC has put out to make sure that our community actually gets involved in this project. I'm a civil engineer. I've been practicing in the construction business for 30 years. I'm here to provide support to you. Mansfield, she came to me over the spring, and we're very happy to say she actually obtained the contract for the site cleaning. So anybody, if you have problems reviewing the enormous amount of documentation for the bid, if you want to make sure that your estimate follows the format that the CMDC requires for you to bid properly, I'm here to support you on that. Again, that's part of the PUC efforts.
Thank you. Next, young man.
Will Carney plastering and stucco work. Local guy, I have it, I just got certified with the LBE and the pre-qualification with WebCore. And I haven't talked to anyone about any work, but I'm here.
Well, hey, listen, hey, Carney,
Yes, sir.
I think we talked about you. Did we talk about him?
Yes, we did.
We talked about you,
Yes, sir.
and we made sure and that you're gonna get some work.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
Did we do that? Did we say that?
Yes?
Okay then. We said that. You hear that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're gonna make sure that that happened too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
My name is David Stocks, I'm foreman and safety for Mansfield, also hyperlocal.
Hi, my name is Lasonia Mansfield, I'm the owner. Construction cleanup, we have an executed contract, and I just need to know when it goes next, so we can get on, start working. And I'm a hyperlocal, thank you.
Yes.
Young
I'm a
man.
hyperlocal. My name is Rodney McKinney, and I'm a carpenter with ABU.
Cool. My name is Aitu Sailele. I've been here since the 70s. I'm a journeyman carpenter out of Local 22. Do concrete form, and I'm thankful to be here.
Hold on. These two brothers, man, trying to go to work. And we've been working with those people over here, the company over here, and they haven't went to work yet, whatever it is. And we approached them about that too. And they said they're gonna put them to work. So they don't put them to work, you know what I mean, they're gonna have a problem. You know, we're gonna go back over there. We're not gonna leave them out there hanging. You know, they've been coming here and then they're not going to work. So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You know what I mean? If they're not going to work, I don't know if everybody, but we that support them have won over there, and we're gonna go back, and we're not gonna stop going back until those brothers are at work. Nobody's gonna be out there working and they not working. You know what I mean? Or we say what we mean, okay? We mean what we say.
Yes, sir.
All right, so whatever it is, we're gonna be over at their trailer. But when I leave here today, I'm going to the trailer. I'm gonna make sure again that we said that they going to work, but they gotta go to work.
Next, young man.
Loretta Robinson, Southeast Electric, ABU, from him. My grandfather, Southeast, been here, staying here. Southeast Electric.
James Amerson, operating engineer, hyperlocal.
Alex Prince, ABU, Southeast Electric. Alfonso Rhodes, AJS Painting. I think the problem I'm having, I think last conversation we had was the pre-qualification, right? So I think we need to start there. I mean, I can't even get to the door without a pre-qualification, and my resume is like golden.
So what's up with that, Fonz?
I don't know.
So we're gonna have a conversation.
Hold on, let me say this. What's up with the pre-qualification, man? We want to get this straight today. I don't want to be leaving out of here with nothing hanging. You know? What's up with that, Fonz?
And then also, I mean, I want to try to get the whole job, and then I can sub out to my people. You know, I want the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you got to start somewhere. I'm bondable.
Bondable?
Just got to give me the opportunity.
Hey, fine.
Check my
Where we
track
go
record.
then from here?
That's what I need
Chris,
to know.
Yeah, I'd like for everybody to finish,
No, but I want to know
What I'm saying, that's what my.
when it's a problem. When it's a problem, we have to solve the problem. See, we can go around the room and then everybody start talking about what they ate and what it ate and all that stuff, and then we can leave out here. It's all messed up. I want to take care of it as we're in a ride. Fonz, what's your problem? Chris, you gonna go deal with him? Is that what it is?
Yeah, again, I'd like everybody to just finish introducing
No, you're gonna deal with him.
Yeah, no, I can let
You got him.
finish
You,
introducing themselves.
oh, you got him?
Cause I was told that the bid haven't even went out yet.
Right, so
Right,
I
so
can,
my
I can
que-
explain everything.
Right,
after.
cause I don't wanna get, caught up in that situation
Okay,
where
great,
I
cool.
miss the opportunity.
Right, and we've been in
Because
contact.
we don't have to, we can do the whole thing, basically,
Yeah.
Just gotta give us opportunity. Then, I could work with my people, I could work with Ashley, whoever, we can, if you don't wanna deal with them, I deal with them. As long as the money come in, we good. We make sure all the benefits and everything get paid, everything is everything.
Everybody.
Yeah, so we just need the opportunity to show you, and then we should be off and running.
It sounds like an opportunity for a real success. If you
Exactly.
just solve what's
That's
the
what-
hang-ups.
I mean, that's been my vision from day one.
Real tough.
That's what we talking about. And what he talking about in Webcorp. And I mean, okay, Stephen, what we talking about now, right? That's what we've been talking about?
Do you know what the hang-up is with the pre-qual process? Like, it's kind
I don't know, it's like everybody got their own certification, so I really don't know. But, I don't know.
Well, Steve, if you do introductions,
Yeah.
Chris,
Let
has a
me-
response.
I want to hear this right now.
All right.
Okay? So
I
deal
really
with
don't
him
know.
right now.
Okay.
Deal with him right now.
But, whatever, you can look me up,
So let's do this.
Hey, I tell you what,
We
Fun.
can
You-
help,
you
we
and
can help
him-
that connection happen.
You and him get together, and we gonna get together with, we're gonna leave him out, and Chris, and we're gonna get together with Jeff,
And get with
his
Jeff.
boss, and Jeff,
Yep.
and we're gonna work it out. Right here, okay, Fun?
Right.
Right here, man, talking about leaving here. This shit gonna be worked out, okay?
Yeah, we need to make history,
Okay, that's what we doing.
We're about 450 years behind right now. if I'm
Hey, listen,
mistaken.
we doing that right now. And I didn't bring the picture in, but the picture of the old projects, where we lived in the old projects, y'all saw when I brought it in, of the old projects where we come from.
Yeah.
I lived in the old projects, barracks, okay? There wasn't no new projects on Gerald Street, Oakdale Street, West Point. Wasn't no West Point when I was there. You know what I mean? I'm saying this. That's what I'm saying, what you saying. We deserve this.
Damn. You wanna see this so well?
Hey, listen, I'm saying, like you said, we deserve this, okay? That's why I'm fighting so hard.
Keep it.
I'm fighting so hard, and let's talk. That's what I'm saying. Let's talk. Okay? We doing it. Let's talk.
Let's talk.
Okay.
Before you go, Alfonso, can you tell them what your company is?
What is my company?
Yes.
My company, AJS Painting.
Okay.
That's what I do. That's why I say you can look me up. But
I just want to make sure.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you didn't say that.
Well, I figure I got the shirt on. I'm wearing the logo to advertise it. I hit the block in the truck a couple times.
Hey, listen.
We don't know that.
No problem. Don't leave with no problem. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Don't leave with no problem. We problem solvers up in here. We problem solvers.
That's what's up, man.
All right, next.
Decision makers too.
I'm Tricia Gregory with Heavyweight Trucking. We are a District 10 hyper-local trucking company. We have been on several contracts on this job. We currently have a street sweeping water truck contract. I think our biggest issue is that there are real hyper-locals who are born and raised in this community, then other people who come and rent an office, and all of a sudden they're deemed hyper-local, and they're getting all of the, they're getting the business because they're bigger businesses than most of us. A lot of us here are micro LBEs, but when you get somebody to come in and rent an office, and now all of a sudden they're hyper-local, that's a big issue for us. We represent all the District 10 truckers who couldn't be here today because they're actually working. As you know, we finished a huge contract with Silverado, and now all of a sudden, we're thrown aside. We got trucking companies coming in here who rented an office in the Bayview, now they're hyper-local.
Who don't have an operable truck that
Right.
received a
That's a
contract, and we got a problem with that.
That's a pass-through trucking company that are hiring outside truckers, and now all of our truckers who, all of a sudden, after being in business for 10 years, can buy a truck that's up to code, that, you know, the SFPUC had strict requirements on what kind of trucks could be on this job. So finally, after we put our truckers to work, they could buy a truck. Now they have no work.
And the company that was granted to work on the next phase haven't even reached out to no local truckers. And how is that gonna fly when the guy live here, but he can't go to work in his own community?
That's not gonna happen.
Oh, I know, I know for a fact it ain't gonna happen, because I'm king shutdown, I do that on the daily.
Okay,
We don't have a problem with that.
that's what we do, that's what we do too. So we need to get together, talking about shutdown.
Not a problem.
I'm with you, okay? What I'm trying to say, man, I'm with you. So if you have a problem, man, and you wanna go out there, what we saying, we with you. That's all. What she's saying right there, what she's saying right there, it's evident, it's nothing. Somebody come in there getting, renting offices and stuff, you know, talking about they're hyper-local.
How can you get awarded a contract when you don't have an operable piece of equipment? It makes no sense, right? So you can have a company but with no equipment and get the job?
Who can do that?
They do.
Is it right here?
It's not, yes, and it's not.
It's at this table?
Absolutely.
No.
No, they not, no, they won't dare come in here.
But they got a job.
But they got a job. But when I get a contract, I gotta have fancy equipment. It gotta be up to date. I gotta show proof that it's operable. I even have to show proof that it's mine. But how can a company that's not from here come in here and do the same thing and don't get questioned about nothing, but it get awarded the job? It's crazy.
Well, who you want? I mean, I'm trying to help you.
I'm gonna help myself. I'm just expressing it. I'm with you. But the cards is on the table. Here it is, Ground Control, which is not a company, which is not a legitimate local company. Yes, they got an LBE status, but they don't want to do the right thing by the LBEs. Here they is, they go get they give their trucking to a company that do not have an operable piece of equipment. How is that? So now it's taken away from a real LBE outfit, which is myself, that feeds my community and my other LBE truckers. Now they left without work because they give it to somebody else. It makes no sense, though.
Buddy system.
Well, I'm just saying, man, but you say you're gonna handle it, so that's fine. You know, but if you need any help from me.
Oh, for sure.
I'm here.
No,
That's all that you know.
PUC's gonna step in and help out too, because that's, you know, when that happened on those couple packages, you know, what I heard was, oh, they're the LBE, they meet the LBE, as you said, they're certified LBE, but that's not good enough. Right. Going forward, that's not the way it's gonna be.
Yeah, and with all due respect, when we got that contract with Silverado, we were told that we had to give it to the other LBEs.
They told us we had to give back $1 million to the community, which we did, and we didn't have a problem with it because that's what we do. But at the same time, other companies that come on should be forced to do the same thing. If you're not gonna play right, don't play at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Michael's telling me CMD made that because we added heavyweight. So then they said, well, you gotta give back $1 million, and they made him do that, right? And so it's not a level playing field.
But don't get me wrong, it's no problem. We love to give the $1 million back because we know our fellow LBE truckers.
But ground control's not doing the same thing.
That's right. If we had to do it, why are they counting the money that we gotta give back? But these other companies could come in and do whatever the hell they wanna do. I had to hire a whole office team from the neighborhood, because that's what we're about, to do all the paperwork that the SFPUC and WebCorps required for all the trucking, right?
Yeah.
We want to make sure that what the requirements that were put on us, the federal prevailing wage for truckers, which is more than double than regular federal prevailing wage, we wanna make sure they're doing the same thing, because when we give our numbers and they're a crazy amount, because I was dinged through Azul, through OLSE, about the rates for the truckers.
Electricians or journeyman apprentices, please take my card. I understand that, there are many issues that, each and every one of you have, and if you don't have my information, please go ahead and take one of my cards. I'll leave them on the table, which you can help yourself. If you do have my information already, send me an email, you have my number. There's a sign-in sheet going around, correct? Yes. Okay, cool. So we can take that, and if you're an electrician or journeyman or apprentice, like I said, and you're having trouble getting on site, please just shoot me an email, and we can work with Tyrone, who's here with MWH Webcore as well.
Tyrone, why don't you come up? We didn't know you were back there.
Thanks, Tyrone.
Sorry, we were quiet, at least not today.
Come bring yourself on in.
And so just know that we're working with OEWD and City Build and the PUC, to kind of fine tune that pipeline to get workers on site in regards to local hire. It's something that we take very seriously in regards to the requirements, and in regards to the hyperlocal requirements. It's a commitment that we're committed to not only meeting the goal, but exceeding the goal as well. So in regards to, the many things that are being brought up, I can definitely speak, to some of them. In regards to the list that was discussed, so we sent the LVE interest form back in December, and from that, I know many of you, if not all of you, have filled that form out. And from that list, we've designated who's a hyper-local firm. And again, we're working on strategizing ways on how to bring those who have not had to work yet on our job into certain packages. So I totally hear the frustration in regards to firms being deemed as LVE and getting certification but aren't from the area. That's unfortunately not something that MWH Webcore has control over, or even the PUC. I mean, that's certification through the city, right? That's the contract monitoring division, and I work I work side by side with our compliance officers and this contract monitoring division, as well as the OEWD. So I can definitely let them know of everyone's frustrations on that end, because I agree. I know the value of diverse business enterprises and small businesses. My uncle's an immigrant from Honduras and has a small business in the Mission District, so I totally understand, the importance of incorporating and making sure that everybody gets, a piece of that pie. So, I know we've had office hours, and again, I've been really lucky to pretty much know everybody here, not only on this job, but in previous experiences as well. So, again, I've worked with you all, and I understand your frustrations. Cletus, I know we've been on the phone multiple times, and we can touch base after this.
No, I'm just wondering, I know we're here now, but how come it wasn't intentional from the get-go, so we wouldn't even have to be here?
Cletus, let him finish, and then...
If he wants to say something, let him say it.
Yeah, shit.
What you said?
Oh, no, I was just saying, everything should have been intentional from the get-go, so we wouldn't even have to be here. And then like Fonz said, he the main painter over here, so we're talking about pre-qualification. If I'm an outsider, I'm coming in, I'm asking, who's the main painter over there? Okay, it's Fonz, so I'm gonna make sure I partner up with Fonz, and Fonz gonna give me the information and let me know what it is and how we can partner up and get something done.
So in regards to the exterior and interior finishes like painting and drywall, that hasn't hit procurement yet, and so again, we've been working on formulating a plan to ensure that hyperlocal firms are being brought onto the upcoming packages. So we've been working with Jeff, who many of you have spoken with, and I know Jeff has had discussions with the PUC on a regular basis to make sure that that's done. In regards to the NSS packages that Heavyweight has, I know you have, I know LaSonia, I'm glad that you're, and we can touch base offline about the issue going on with getting you started, but the NSS packages were different in a sense that it wasn't like a trade bid package, right, which is a competitive bid process, so which ties into the whole, LVEs not being actual LVEs. It's a competitive bid a competitive bid process in regards to the trade bid packages, right? So it's just the lowest
It's not
price
a
that's
biosolids
given.
project though, it's separate from biosolids, separate from, it's just something Webport put together, so you don't complain about not getting work.
Well,
But when it comes
the
to being
NSS pack,
about-
so then the
Yeah,
the
exactly.
NSS packages are actually packages that have been packages from the beginning of the project, right? They've been negotiated services packages, smaller packages that prior, I think a couple years ago, I'm not sure if they were hyper-local or LBE intended packages from the get-go, but we, turned them around to make sure that all of the packages that are being delegated are going out, not as a competitive bid package, but they're a specific type of package that we're targeting for LBEs. Not to say that we're just, handing out smaller packages to firms.
But there's special language in the contract.
So I can't speak to that. Again, that's something that the PUC
Right,
has.
but we're here now, so I'm just giving everybody else a warning. There's special language in the contract as it relates to those packages you're talking about, as far as Webport deviating from the responsibility of anything happening. Why should I be required for a $35,000 job to come up with like $10,000 worth of insurance when everybody I know, general liability, workman's comp, it's not even half that. So where does that come
I
in?
hear you, and again, we've been in conversation, for a year now, and I know we've been, talking a lot.
No,
And in regards to the language in the contract or the paperwork, I'm going to hand it over to the PUC because I can't speak to that, and that's something that's required.
So please, just to clarify, the negotiated support services or NSS packages, they've always been part of the project, and it's not necessarily for a particular trade, but it's for support work that's for the whole project. So
Right.
you can kind of see, like, sometimes it's plumbing, sometimes it's...
Now I'm referring to the
Right.
language inside of the package, inside of the
NSS.
contract. Why would you require, you give an electrician, a cleanup company, a package, 35,000, 40,000, then there's certain language in there, okay, you're required to have $2 million worth of auto insurance. But I'm not driving on the site, well, that's what it requires for you to have.
Yeah, we could, as I mentioned,
Important.
we could take a look at those.
Yeah, so
Working with our-
what's happening is the city of San Francisco, when they put their contracts out to Webcor, MWH, they want to step away from a lot of the risk.
Exactly.
So they dump a lot of it on the contractors and just say, like, make sure everybody's super insured. More
can I say
than
something?
you'd expect.
But just say Broadway or another big electrical company, this is a CSIP project. So a CSIP project, they don't have to pay insurance or nothing like that. So they're making millions of dollars and they're not required to pay for insurance. Maybe a few $100s just to participate on the job. So you have the barrier low for them, but then you raise the barrier high for us.
Well, that's
So how
that's
we
what we're
ever,
trying
so
to
we
hear
can't even
about.
get in.
Yeah, we're trying to hear about so we can make the adjustments so the barrier's not high.
Did you hear that? They're gonna do it.
Right, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
They're
appreciate
gonna
you
do it.
bringing your attention to it because this system's been broken. I've been working with the city for 30 years and I've seen it. It's like people, just as everybody's saying, and Tricia's saying, they're not from San Francisco at all. They set up an office.
Right.
Bayview's a good place to set up an office.
Right.
Plenty of space. And then they get credit for being an LBE, but that's not a local firm that tried to struggle for all the years in San Francisco with a higher cost of everything, and it's just been short-circuiting, what the program was originally for. And this particular type of contract, with the CMGC contract, where we can negotiate, we can identify the contractors who are hyper-locals and negotiate directly with them. And in some ways not put it out for competition, which causes an unbalance, right? Because people not having maybe, whether it's the trucks, or it's the overhead, or they're getting a better price on trailers because they do so many trailers. We can take that into account and make sure there's a fair system and the contracts get awarded to the local businesses. Specifically local businesses that have been here for years.
Great.
I'm gonna jump in again really quick. So, Ashley, this is the list, right, that you handed around?
Yep,
So this is on our website. I mean, it's on our website, the list of everybody who's filled out the LBE interest form. And so on our website, again, there's a column here that says who's hyperlocal, who isn't. And so anybody here can take a look at that. We have a separate
Is
list
that the
of
one that
just
got All the hyper-locals on there?
Yeah.
So that's on our
That's
website.
what it's supposed to have all the locals?
And,
Yeah,
and
that's the list.
All the
So,
hyper-locals?
Chris, that is a list of people who have got contracts on
no,
this
that's
job?
a list of,
Yeah.
you know, individuals who
No.
have filled out our LBE interest form
Oh,
and who have expressed interest and we've
Who
spoken
are
with.
saying they're LB or
They're saying they're hyper-local.
They saying that they ain't nothing there.
Not only LBE,
Right.
because you know how that is. That's San Francisco, LBE.
Right.
And we walk down the hall, the city hall, lobbying for the LBE for that program to get here. All the supervisors, when it got here, it's like, well, if it affects our neighborhood direct, then we're supposed to have that. But they lie about that. So now we got the hyper-local. And this is the thing. This is the time right now. Don't let them get in here and slide in between this, man. Right now.
Right.
We hyper-local.
Yeah.
You know, and that to me is like, man, I'm so. This is history. Right now, I've been in business since 1984. That's when I got my license. 46, 10, 14. I'm in the 40s. That's how I got my license, when I got my license. And I'm just saying, man, that this is the time now. Right now, I've been struggling. I had to take my tools, go back to the hall. You know, I was hungry. I got a family. I got a wife and 6 kids. Here's one of them there, one over there, shit. You know, still here. And I'm just saying that I've been struggling that long. Now we here. This is history. They're saying, hey man, this is hyper-local. They got to give it to you. Hyper-local.
Yeah.
And you see the list, man, it already started. It's probably going to be 150 before it's over. It's 79 now.
Yeah.
People that's coming in saying they're hyper-local, and they not hyper-local. Never been here. I wouldn't give a damn if they LBE whatever, man. Listen, it's come time now that however you've been struggling, it's like you at the table, and you got to eat.
That's right.
You at the table now.
It's enough work for everybody.
Don't nobody come in and eat before you eat.
That's right.
Nobody.
Nobody.
All right? That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying this.
I want to jump in again really quick
Wait,
before,
Chris,
and then I'll open it up to everybody.
We missed one.
Wait
Wait a minute. James Mabry, right? You're on the everyday janitorial services, construction site services.
Yeah.
I know Alan, I know Ryan, right? I started my business, you guys saw me in your offices growing. You guys I watched you grow in the PUC, right? But this is the thing. The PUC has workers, right? Most workers make about 60, 70, maybe $100,000 a year. Several employees. Now myself, as you saw me working, building my company, right? Now I'm here, I got one person here. One person. But I'm a business. That one person brings in my business $180,000 a year. Off $180,000, if I make 10% of that, that's $18,000. I'm a business. I'm a business. I got one employee. That's all I make off of it. How do I run and operate a business? I have to have several employees, right? And then when I get them employees, those employees are dependent on me to keep them employed. You guys depend on the PUC to keep you employed, to send your kids to college, to pay for your mortgages and things of that, and live your life, right? This is the way the structure is supposed to be. This is the San Francisco PUC. All of us here, all of us grew up here. James Richards, my daddy, my uncles, Al Norman, they paved the way for us.
That's right.
You understand? We are family here.
That's right.
Y'all can't come here and divide and spread crumbs and tell us, piss in the air and tell us it is rain. We was raised right here. We real. We can smell that. We've been smelling this shit since we were kids. And now y'all here with all this money. How much is this project worth?
Shit.
$1 billion.
3 billion, 7
Y'all giving us probably 1%
Not
of what
even
that
that.
is.
Not even that.
And you talk about frustration.
Shit. Shut this shit.
Frustration.
And to add
We
to
don't
that,
even have a lot of businesses.
y'all promised us this work. Y'all set us inside that community center over there.
That too, but understand, I want y'all to understand, we are businesses. I have about 8 or 9 different contracts that I have, I'm running it, and I front the money, I pay this out. But sometimes what happens here at the PUC, y'all come along, y'all give people contracts, y'all hold their hand, you got the Contractor Assistance Center, Ben Poole and them down there, they're running that. I'm sitting here watching this. I was educated here. I went to Dr. Charles R. Drew Middle School, and so did all of my colleagues and friends. We're a little educated, we can see. This money, this is a civil project, right? This is a San Francisco, this is a municipality. You're right, Mr. Norman, play this. You're right. There's certain scripture in the contract that says you guys are supposed to spend a certain amount of money in this neighborhood that has been affected, not only today, these next 8 years, but all our life. I'm 50. Stand up, Jay.
3 billion.
3 billion. Yeah. That's why I have my older brothers to keep. Y'all not gonna separate us on this one. They not gonna separate us.
It can't happen, okay? It can't happen.
Can't happen.
Okay.
We want money. We want work. I have employees that are dependent on me to keep them employed, to send their kids to school.
That's right.
Pay their mortgages, buy their wives and kids nice things.
That's right.
We here. We don't have to talk about it tomorrow. Procure contracts today.
Okay. And go to work today.
Let us put it on our books today.
Right.
Books, backlog. They asked me for my backlog pre-qualification.
Yeah.
I don't have a backlog because I don't know how to work. But WebCorp, you know, Cahill, Nibby, all of them do work for the city and county. Been doing it for 100 years. My people been, William Alexander Leadersdorf drove the steam boats up to Sausalito, and they inherit the whole waterfront from me. That's our uncle, all of our uncles. We want his portion.
We want, you know what we want? We want ours.
We want ours.
We want ours.
We want ours.
That's what we're saying. But what the young brother is saying,
we want backlogs, we want all that. We're here to stay.
And most of all, what I say is to Alan and to Jeff and Tyrone, to everybody, and Steve, we want now.
Now.
We're not talking about meetings killed.
Yep.
You know, we meet next month. Shit, how many people been dead, shot, killed in a month? We're talking about right now. If you got a problem, we're going to solve it right now. You know? It ain't no all the talking and shit. They already know that.
Yeah.
I can tell them, man, I'm preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
How many we done jobs we ain't have? How many people that's getting jobs and taking some work from us? They already know. But we come here now, man, to say we ain't leaving without something. I'm a part of that, man. What I'm saying, but we're not leaving without something. That's why everybody say something. I be saying, no, let them talk right now.
Yeah.
Okay, how we gonna solve this problem? Let's get that problem solved now. I don't want everybody to leave out here talking about we went to the meeting and we talked about it and we told them our problems and then we leave out.
Yeah.
No!
No. Ain't got nothing. No.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna assign something to somebody. You got a problem? Assign it to somebody. So we can deal with it right now. He got a problem? Assign it to somebody. Who gonna deal with that problem? Right now.
That's right.
The brother down there, where you gonna sign it? You gonna go to work, right?
Yeah.
Connie, right there. Right?
Yeah.
You gonna sign to somebody. These two brothers right there. You gonna go to work, right?
Yeah. Right.
That's where you gotta go to work.
Right.
The same thing he was saying. Why should you be out of work and other people that's working over there and on the weekend taking their daughter to the shopping mall, taking a little son up in the hills, and driving around dirt bikes and shit. And young woman, you talking about we got a 3-day notice for the rent. The man knocking on the door. Hey, why should you do that then? No, I'm saying this. You stand up and fight for yours. You got to stand up and fight for you. Ain't nobody else going to fight for you.
No.
And if we don't do it, ain't nobody else going to do it for us, right?
Right. Right.
So I'm just saying this, man. Let's be together.
Yes, sir.
When they say, man, come running. When they say come running, come running.
Yeah.
It's a fire. We got to put the fire out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say this one time and I'm going to stop, man. I'm out here. I've been out here.
Yeah.
And I've been fighting. And every time they tell my men to go home, I say, hell no. I say, hell no. I have 2 men working. They working. Hell no. They find something to do. Then they got, I found out over there, they got 4 men working from the hall or something like call. I got 4. They going to work. We ain't got no work for them. Well, you better find some, because they are not going home.
That's right.
And I want everybody else to understand that what I'm into, the battle I'm into, you can help me. I mean, I'm bad, but I ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Help me.
Yeah.
The brother was saying he don't need no help. I do. I need help. You know what I mean? When I say my people ain't going home, they working, and they ain't going home, I want you to come help me. Because I'm going to the gate.
That's right.
We're going to shut it down.
Shut it down.
Right. Me and my 4 electricians and whoever else join me,
We with you.
are going to shut it down.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
If they don't get, no, you ready, you say you don't need no help. But as a brother, it's fun. If you need some help, and they don't give you no help, don't give you to you, we're with you. Well, shut it down.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Right now. But
That's what I'm talking about, all right?
Hey.
Yes.
So, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. So from here, the ones who need to connect directly with someone, if you have, Ryan can lead you to who you need to connect to. You have Chris from MHW WebCore who can lead you. If that doesn't happen, we got to know immediately. And I know that some people are working on some items, right? I know we're working on some items, but for sure, Alan, wants to make sure that we have some resolve, and we have some resolve ASAP. Okay, and so those of you who need to stick around right now and match up, because it's 9:30.
Match up with who though? Because
I just told you, Ryan. So you need to go over to Chris and Ryan right now.
right here.
Hey,
We're not going anywhere.
Hold on. James is saying that. I know what James is saying, but we be here every Tuesday.
every Tuesday.
We've been being here every
8
Tuesday.
o'clock. Every Tuesday.
Fighting and telling them ain't nobody gonna wait. If we don't work, ain't nobody gonna work. We've been doing it up in here. We meet with Alan every Tuesday. We meet with Jeff, who's running this job.
Yep.
Every Tuesday, demanding, telling him, you know. And now I said, well, get them together, the hyperlocals, get them together.
Yeah.
The ones that have something. And the ones you say that don't have something, get them together.
That's right.
And when we leave the room, it's 4 of them that say they didn't have nothing, they're going to get something.
Right.
And the ones that have something, going to make sure that we get some more.
That's right.
But the one, I'm telling you, 79 hyperlocals, man. You're a hyperlocal, everybody in this room. That's what I want to make sure. I want to make sure all the hyperlocals come together.
Yes, sir.
And stand together.
Yes.
We have to come together and stand together.
Yeah.
You know, and make sure that nobody else coming in and get nothing before us.
Coming in. Nobody.
Together.
Together. Okay? That's all I want to do, man. We'll be back next Tuesday, right?
Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
We'll be here next Tuesday. We meet every Tuesday and to do problems and say it ain't gonna happen. And they have solved problems because I demand that.
Yeah.
You know? So you'll be here. You know what I'm talking about? You say you want to meet with the main man? He's here. He'll be here.
I want to make sure I'm always at the table, and the same for WebCore. I appreciate Chris being here, and you know,
We have Jeff here, though.
Jeff's here too. And
That's what we need. We need Jeff to be here.
Jeff, you know, and everything doesn't go smooth all the time, so that's what we got to hear about it. We got to Solve the problems.
We solving them up in here.
We need to hear the problems and understand them so we can do something about it. That's for sure. So
We're
it's
gonna do
important
it.
issue.
We're gonna do it.
Don't do it.
We're gonna do the problems, man, okay? We're gonna do the problems.
Every Tuesday.
So I think the idea was to start to split up a little bit and have some more conversations. But before we do that, maybe Tyrone could speak a little bit about his role and how that kind of connects.
Whoa. What's up?
I don't have all the control, but I can help push things along faster for everybody. That's what my process I'll be doing for all the LBs. I was in the same position as you guys, so I know what you guys do. I was an LB sub 15 years, so I've been through the whole process, trying to get money, trying to get a contract, so I know the process. So I'm here to help.
Help me get paid.
Yeah! You know I.
Yeah!
Everybody.
Get us all paid. But listen, man, I really enjoy this. I've been fighting every Tuesday. I don't know how many, 2 months or whatever, how many meetings we had. And I'm just glad we come together now.
Yeah.
And I hope we stay together. The hyperlocals stay together.
We get it.
Even though you get something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want you to go up on your own.
Yeah.
Even if you get something. Still come back here.
You better stay close to the fire.
You know? Come back here. And all of us come back here. Come back here because we are hyperlocals.
Yeah.
This is history. I keep saying this. This is history, and I've been doing this, man. I've been doing this, man, 50-something years.
Yeah.
And I've never seen this like this. We've been fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. And finally here we got history saying, hey, y'all gonna get to work first. Y'all deserve to work first.
Yeah.
And everybody know that. We got, you know, PUC, I mean, they said, you deserve to work first.
Deserve it.
We got, Wellco said, you acknowledge it, you deserve to work first.
He said it.
You know? And I said, well, give me the list. I want to see the list.
Yeah.
And they were reluctant at first. Then I got it. I got the, oh, hell! Shit! Ain't no hyperlocals on here. There's a few of us on here.
Yeah.
Out of 79, 78 or something. Shit, that's just a start.
Yeah.
Man, it's gonna be 150 hyperlocals by the time this shit gets really going.
Yeah.
So that's what we gotta be together now.
Now.
Come on, man. Come on with us now. Let's get together now and make sure that all of us get treated right.
Everybody, man.
You know, you might have a contract. Hey, listen to me. I got this is a $300 million contract. They tell me, well, they're gonna start a PO for you.
Yeah.
And they should give you a PO to start out with $1 million, but no less than 500,000. When they come back to me, it's 100,000.
Sounded
Then they tell me, well, take it, because you'll be in the system. At least you. Huh?
Didn't give you anything.
Hey, I got 4 men working. There's 100,000.
That's the union
Hey,
right
listen,
there.
but listen.
1 month.
Listen to us. We together.
We ain't going nowhere.
That helps me.
Yeah.
You know, everybody together, man, they realize that they're going to say, hey, oh no, we got to treat him right.
Yep.
You know, and that's what we're doing, man. Everybody in here.
Do it with each other.
Everybody in here can come here
We all can.
and not treat it right. We can do it
We all.
together.
Every Tuesday.
I wouldn't give a damn, man. If you stand up over there and you stand up and say, hey, man, they ain't treating me right. I got supposed to have this kind of contract. We're going to deal with it.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
We'll deal with it, man. We're going to walk out of here, out this doors, and go deal with it. And we all should recognize that. That sometimes we're going to have to march. Sometimes we're going to have to show up.
That's right. That's right.
You know? Okay. We got to go. We got to.
So guys, before you leave, make sure you get your name on this sign-in sheet because, you know, this list will go to Chris. We might want to follow up with you on some of your questions and concerns. So make sure if you didn't sign in.
Okay. Hold on one second. We're going to let Adam say something in the thing. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. We're going to let Adam end the meeting.
Well, some of the problems we're having now are because we didn't understand the way we're putting contracts out. And so we stumbled. And so as James said, we're meeting every Tuesday. We're trying to hear the message clearly, what needs to be improved. We're solving the problems, we're making changes. That we'll always be at the table, us and Webcor, throughout the entire contract. And then when this contract's finished, there's 2000 Marin, which is just across the way over there. That's a whole new big campus that's gonna be a lot like 1550. There's a lot of work there. So this is not, biosolids isn't the end. This is a commitment that the PUC continues to have to the Bayview and Hunters Point. And welcome to participate and keep giving your feedback. It's really appreciated.
James, okay, you want to end the meeting? Okay, that's fine. That's
I want to
fine.
thank, hold on. I want to thank everybody for being here. Look, there's 3 dozen donuts in here, okay? Somebody got to take this stuff out of here. Fresh coffee, all right? I really appreciate it, even if, you know what we didn't do? Why don't you come over here, young man? Because
I'm an old man, I'm 63.
come on, you're younger than me. Okay.
All right.
Everybody in the neighborhood knows your name, okay? Did you introduce yourself to everybody?
Everybody knows me.
Well, I don't know. That's the problem. Introduce yourself.
I'm superintendent for the joint venture MWH. Been in the business for 45 years. Know a lot of you guys here sitting at the table, worked with you before. I'm going to do what I can to help.
I just want to say something to my fellow hyper-locals. Tuesday, 900 Ennis. That's another big project. Y'all don't get left out of that. Everybody be there so we can represent just how we represent here over there.
900 is at 1 o'clock. It's super important because we are completely being left out, the hyper locals, out of that project.
Swinnerton just got.
No, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that.
Don't say that
I'ma
because
say that.
everybody here has been notified.
I'm gonna say that. We've been left out over there.
Don't, please. I appreciate it. You being honest.
Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock.
Same one we've been.
James is James.
1 o'clock.
Okay.
So,
It's Park and Rec.
Park and Rec is
Swinnerton just got the job.
So actually, Ben put it out, PUC. So if you look at your PUC stuff, Ben put it out yesterday.
Okay, there's a young lady down here. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I just have a quick question because I did send some communication out about my concerns and I got some reply. And I just want to know while I'm here in this forum, what will be the next step? I mean, I can put it out there and I have put it out there. And so I just like to know what's the next step for me.
Well,
I know we're here as a body, but you know, I put my concerns out there. I mean, Chris, you know, I've had the meeting with you and with everybody. So I just want to know the next step.
I say, is that something to do with Webcor?
Yeah, about this job.
Well, I think you come back. I mean, we'll be here. If Jeff be here next week. Yeah. Jeff will be here, and Alan's gonna be here, and we'll deal with it. We'll make sure whatever it is gonna be solved.
So
Tuesday.
Can we do that? Hello?
8 o'clock Tuesday.
So speak up.
I was gonna say, Alpha, I think I appreciate like all of you giving like some of those specifics, Cletus too. So I think as Alan's saying, so we can take some of those specifics, because it probably applies to more than one of you, like maybe getting some requirements that doesn't match the scope of work, for example. That's a common theme that we all heard, PUC and Webcor, and we're looking to sort of correct it, right, to fix it for future bid packages going forward. So Alpha, you asked about next steps. That's part of it. Like for us to solve a problem, we need to get some like specifics, like it's whether it's a specific bid package or maybe some things that we're developing, you know, bid packages that'll go out a year from now to kind of hear some of those concerns, or the very specific ones. You obviously have Chris's number, you have my number, so we can hear it. So that's part of the next step, is just hearing, you know, where we can improve this hyper-local participation. So that is part of the next steps, and obviously staying in tune with our website, because, you know, for at least biosolids, because that's all I can speak to, is we have more procurements coming, right? You know, we're coming waves.
Oh.
So that's why these meetings are helpful if we get those specifics. I don't know if I answered your question, Alpha, but that is part of the next step. Is we're trying to improve whether it's our procurement process, the level of hyperlocal participation, but we need to find those pockets to where we can get the best.
But see, I was asking to be the sole source supplier of the mobile offices, and that's what I was asking, that there be something developed.
So that's what
when somebody needs a
we work with.
mobile office, that I am the supplier of that.
So we'll work with the solution to that is we have to get you in as a subcontractor within the larger contracts that before as they're getting let out. And so that hasn't happened so far to date, but going forward, we want to make sure that that's carved out, because once it's already gone out, then it's a little hard to come back to the contractors and say, hey, we've got to add this up. So that's what we're trying to make sure we do. And that applies to whether the LBs, the hyperlocal LBs want to be the prime, or if they're interested in being a sub, or some version thereof, you know, like Alfonso was talking about, where it's prime with subs, and Michael's saying the same thing within there. So we're, especially with the group of people that are here today, and even some that, you know, haven't made it today for other reasons, we'll make sure we get a specific list and then solve those problems before we go too far and let out the contracts. So that's what we're really trying to do.
And Alfred, you sent a letter to somebody already, right? Who'd you send the letter to? You sent the letter to Ryan? Okay, so Ryan, is there a way you can follow up?
I told her her name. I told her to be here. I told you. I told you.
So, you know, and that's partly why we've got a different contract with James Bryant too. So we're working directly with him to make sure we don't miss people.
Every Tuesday, anybody, you need to come through on Tuesday at 8 o'clock in order to address everything you need to address.
Yeah, because this is not, as James Richards said, this is not like a, you know, a meeting and then you go away and then you don't get anything and that's the last meeting. That's not the idea.
Okay, so thank you everybody for coming. Well, they say, stay tuned, because we're going to keep this going.
You need a raise, James. He's always helpful. I promise you a raise.